At Rise, the private courtroom Zoom call of Judge Jingle, Yuletide, Pinecone, and Icicle are all on screen for sentencing.
Order! Order in my court! Justice will be served.
I don't understand why I'm here. I've never gotten in trouble before.
Listen, Jingle.
That's Judge Jingle.
Okay, Judge Jingle. I know why I'm here, but you can't stop an elf's right to protest. You know that the boss man's wife can't change stuff like that without repercussions.
Why am I here?
Order in my court. Now silence and prepare to face trial. Working in the North Pole this holiday season has been especially difficult. You've been summoned to virtual elf court to discuss your infractions. Let's start with your case first, Yuletide. Please state the department wherein you work.
Gift wrapping?
Precisely. And what is your primary responsibility?
To wrap gifts? Just like the name says?
Don't cop a tone with me, whippersnapper. Yuletide Merriman III, you have been charged with multiple accounts of reckless behavior in the workplace. Most common offense, running with scissors.
Running with scissors? Seriously? That's why I'm here?
So you're pleading innocent. I wouldn't advise that with the footage we have from the Naughty and Nice cams.
The Naughty and Nice surveillance system is supposed to be used for that department only, not for court proceedings.
And how would you know that if you didn't know what you came into this courtroom for?
I have an interest in elf law. I study it in between work and elf choir rehearsals.
Well, you would have had to extensively look in the Elf Code of Conduct for that one. Specifically, Article 8.d, subsection 3, bullet point 9. And that's a deep dig for a supposedly innocent elf who...
But
And whilst you were in that section in the conduct book, you would have seen Article 8.d, subsection 4, wherein Naughty and Nice cam footage can be accessed by the Elf Court of Law if said elf is suspected of multiple naughty infractions that may endanger the life of him or herself or the lives of other elves. Therefore, we had the green light to fact-check your supervisors when they came to us with complaints of reckless scissor handlings.
Okay, I admit it. I'm guilty. Please don't find me too high.
The court rules that Yuletide Merriman III will be banned from elf choir for 2 weeks.
No.
Case closed. Yuletide, you are dismissed. Next, Pinecone.
What's shaking, Jingle?
You're what's shaking. Shaking up the masses.
And what's so bad about that?
Everything. You're making a total mockery of Mrs. Claus' new health initiative.
Listen here. An elf has a right to free speech, and taking away our sweet treats right before Christmas? That's treason.
Mrs. Claus feels that the elves get a sugar high and by midday come crashing down.
The only thing that came crashing down after snack break yesterday was us, through Mrs. Claus's doors, demanding that our sweet tooths be satisfied.
You scheduled a work walkout during our crunch time of the season.
She took away my honey buns.
Stop screaming or I'll kick you in your honey buns. Peacefully protesting the Healthy Claus initiative is one thing, Pinecone, but throwing snowballs at her window and rallying for hours with a group of elves during work hours is quite another.
Jingle, don't you miss midday cookies with milk? Don't you miss the sweet smell of freshly baked gingerbread from the bakery?
I'm striking this from the record.
Sugar cookies, chocolate-covered marshmallows, fruitcakes, and pies. You have a secret sweet tooth yourself, don't you?
I don't have to like the rules, Pinecone. I just enforce them.
Well, if you're on the same side of the revolution, I won't tattletale. I just ask that you table this case until a new batch of cookies are being made on the double, and as compensation, I'd be more than happy to have the bakery staff send you a few treat baskets, just to sweeten the pot after you do this small favor for me?
What you're suggesting is unethical.
But tasty.
It's preposterous.
But delicious.
It's
It's what we elves dream for.
Fine, fine, the case is tabled. But don't you, or you, Icicle, tell anyone my reasoning for this decision. Pinecone, keep fighting the good fight until we have milk and cookies again.
I will man the picket lines, sir.
What did I just witness?
Absolutely nothing, and I wouldn't comment if I were you, considering your track record. Now, do you know why you're here?
Maybe. If it is what I think it is, then what's it to you?
The fact that you're careless and could seriously endanger the North Pole as we know it.
Nobody was around.
Where's your moral compass? If an injustice happens in secret, did an injustice still happen? Of course it did. The scales of the North Pole do not suddenly go unbalanced once no one is about. It is our duty as elves to lead by example.
You're making this into way too big of a deal.
Icicle, drinking while operating a snowmobile is no joke. And hot cocoa, no less. Are you crazy?
But some of the hot cocoa specialists were test running a new flavor, pure peppermint choco cocoa. It's delicious.
Well, if it's that scrumptious, you can pull over to take a sip.
But it was negative 22 degrees out, and my thermos was only going to keep it hot for so long.
Then you could reheat it in the microwave.
Hot cocoa is never good reheated. How dare you even call yourself an elf after suggesting such a thing?
You could have slid into a snowbank or crashed into a tree.
What can I say? I'm in love with the cocoa.
No cup of cocoa is worth that risk, and drinking while driving is a crime punishable by jail time.
If being addicted to cocoa is a crime, then lock me up, Jingle.
Hold on a second. Did you just say addicted?
Yes, but jokingly.
You know that if you're addicted to cocoa, you have to go to chocolate rehab to get your intake back to normal.
I swear, my levels are balanced, more than balanced. I focus on the 4 main food groups: candy, candy cane, candy corn, and syrup.
So you're saying if I looked back at your tested chocolate levels with our breathalyzer from the scene, you wouldn't surpass the limit?
Yes.
I'll pull up the record.
Oh, no.
Might be making an arrest today. Oh, Jiminy Christmas! Your blood chocolate concentration was 79%? 1% higher and you would have had chocolate shock. You are sentenced to mandatory rehabilitation for your chocolate addiction. We will check in on you in 6 to 8 weeks. I'm sending over reinforcements to transfer you to the Chocolate Anonymous support group.
Wait. 2 months without hot cocoa?
That's the final ruling. It's a thankless job, keeping the North Pole in line, but someone has to do it. Case closed. Mistletoe, could you cancel my meetings for the rest of the day? Ha, you truly are the best assistant. And while you're at it, I need a plate of cookies and a gallon of cocoa, stat.
End scene.